You know those days, or maybe even weeks, where you just feel a little off? You're not really sad, but you're definitely not happy. Kind of flat. And your sleep? It's all over the place. Now, it's easy to just blame it on stress, but what if it's less about your to-do list and more about, well, your body's chemistry? Let's get into it. Oh, this is such a classic feeling, right? You are physically exhausted, you finally get into bed, but your brain suddenly thinks it's the perfect time to replay every awkward conversation you've had since 2005. That exact feeling, that's a huge clue, and we're going to unpack what it really means. All right, so let's really get into the science behind that off feeling. We're about to pull back the curtain on the chemical messenger that's running the show, influencing everything from your mood to how well you sleep at night. And that chemical, well, it's the star of our show today, a small but seriously powerful molecule called serotonin. Now, you've probably heard of it, but what it does is so much more interesting than just making you happy. It's time to meet your body's own inner stabilizer. So think of serotonin like the conductor of an orchestra. Its job is to keep all the different systems in sync. When it's balanced, you feel emotionally steady. You can roll with the punches a little better, and your sleep is more restorative. See, it doesn't just create happiness, it creates stability, which is what allows you to handle life's ups and downs. Okay, so if I asked you where most of your serotonin comes from, you'd probably say the brain, right? I mean, that makes total sense. But here's the wild part. That's not even close to the whole story. A whopping 90% of your body's serotonin is actually produced somewhere completely different. And here it is. The vast majority of it is made in your gut. This is huge. This changes everything because it tells us that serotonin isn't just about your brain. It's deeply, deeply connected to your digestion and that famous gut-brain axis. What's happening in your gut doesn't stay in your gut. It sends messages straight upstairs. So, what happens when this inner stabilizer starts to run a little low? Well, it's not like a light switch just flicks off. Instead, it creates this ripple effect that you can feel across your entire system, both in your body and in your mind. The big four that really take a hit are your mood, your get up and go, motivation, your ability to focus, and, you guessed it, your sleep. It's a full system problem that can leave you feeling totally drained and just disconnected. Let's break this down a bit more. Take a look at these. Do any of them sound familiar? That persistent low mood? Or feeling tired even when you know you got 8 hours of sleep? Maybe a loss of interest in things you used to enjoy? Or that sudden, intense craving for carbs? Yep, that can be a sign. Brain fog, anxiety, even digestive trouble. You don't have to have all of them, but even a few can signal that your chemistry is a bit out of whack. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's not always about feeling intense sadness. A lot of the time, low serotonin just makes you feel emotionally numb, like the volume on your feelings has been turned way down. And now let's connect the dots to that racing mind at night. Here's the deal. Your brain needs serotonin to manufacture melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that says, okay, body, time to power down for sleep. So if your serotonin is low during the day, your melatonin production sputters out at night. And that's why you can feel dead tired, but still lie awake for hours. Okay, so we know what it feels like, but why does it happen? What causes our levels to dip in the first place? Well, it turns out there are some very common things in our daily lives that act like serotonin saboteurs, quietly draining our reserves. Saboteur number 1, chronic stress. When you are constantly under pressure, your brain shifts into survival mode. It starts pumping out stress hormones like cortisol, and in that process, the production of mood stabilizers like serotonin gets put on the back burner. It's just not the priority, and over time that really depletes your supply. Next up, your diet. Your body literally builds serotonin from a building block called tryptophan, which you have to get from food. So if your diet is missing things like eggs, turkey, nuts, or if you're low on other key nutrients like B vitamins that help with the conversion, well, you just can't make what you need. It's like trying to build a house without any bricks. And remember that 90% fact? This is where it comes back to haunt us. If the trillions of bacteria in your gut, your microbiome, are out of balance, it can directly mess with your ability to produce serotonin. This is the gut-brain axis in real time. An unhappy gut can absolutely lead to an unhappy mind. Saboteur number 4 is a big one. Not enough sunlight. Getting light, especially morning light, is a powerful signal for your brain to start producing serotonin. You've heard of the winter blues or seasonal affective disorder? Well, this is a huge piece of that puzzle. less light can mean less serotonin. And finally, these two are a vicious cycle. Not moving your body enough and having a chaotic sleep schedule can grind your whole system to a halt. Exercise is a proven serotonin booster, and poor sleep throws off the natural rhythm that governs its production. They feed into each other, and it can be tough to break out of that loop. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. Here is the good news, the best part. Now that we know the saboteurs, we can fight back. This is all about simple, science-backed strategies you can use to support your inner stabilizer and nudge your system back toward balance. So here it is, a clear, actionable plan. And notice anything? Each of these steps is a direct counterattack to the saboteurs we just talked about. Getting that morning sun, moving your body, eating the right building blocks, taking care of your gut, finding ways to manage stress, and making sleep a real priority. These aren't magic pills, they are foundational habits. And the key word here, the most important part, is consistency. This isn't about a massive life overhaul tomorrow. It's about small, simple nudges. Start with just one thing, maybe a 10-minute walk in the morning. Every small, consistent action helps your system slowly but surely find its way back to center. Of course, we absolutely have to mention this. It is so important. If you're trying these things and you still feel persistently low or anxious or you just can't sleep, please talk to a healthcare provider. These symptoms can be signs of other conditions, and there is zero shame in getting professional help to figure out what's really going on. So, we've learned that serotonin is about so much more than just happiness. It's about stability, and knowing how it works gives you the power to support it. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's one small thing you can do today to support your own inner stabilizer?